Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Jashan and we cover videos related to semiconductors and trends of VLSI in global market, especially in India. Along with this, we cover videos related to job opportunities and placements in VLSI domain. And if you are new to my channel, then you can consider subscribing this channel. Today we are going to discuss about one of the top companies in semiconductors and which has recently achieved a massive growth with respect to market shares in graphic cards and embedded, and it has also achieved massive and intensified sales in the market.
You have guessed it right. It's AMD, Advanced Micro Devices. It is an American semiconductor company in California that develop computer processors like GPUs, CPUs, and also PCs and embedded system applications. It has recently acquired Xilinx with an estimated acquisition price of 50 billion US dollars. Today, why we are discussing about AMD is because it has come up with flying colors in semiconductors and therefore having good job opportunities in India as its business has expanded. So let's start talking about this company. Any company or business can be analyzed by looking into their financials. AMD has announced its key revenue of $5.6 billion for third quarter, that is July to September 2022. For those who don't know what really revenue is, it is basically total sales of the company in layman terms. So AMD has recorded revenue of $5.6 billion for third quarter, and it is 29% more than the same Q3 quarter of the previous year 2021. The reason behind increase in revenue is growth across data centers, gaming and embedded segments. Now increase in revenue doesn't necessarily mean that the company has gained profit. It actually depends upon the other factors like expenses related to administration, other investments, asset depreciation costs, similarly amortization of intangible assets. We will learn about tangible intangible assets in this video, and expenses also covers interests to be paid, taxes, etc. So to get actual working profits, we have to watch out few terms. The very first term is COGS, that is cost on goods sold. Let's understand this. Whenever a company creates a product, that product has been sold, suppose at rupees 100. Now cost of creating that product is rupees 70. Then COGS will be rupees 70, which includes raw material processing, labor, etc. And the amount left, that is rupees 30, shall be called as gross profit. So for this Q3 quarter, AMD has recorded a gross profit of $2.4 billion, which is 13% up than previous year Q3 quarter. Now if we check gross margin, which is gross profit with respect to revenue, it is 42% for this quarter. But gross margin for previous year quarter Q3, it was 48%. Means the gross margin for this year's quarter is 6% lower than the previous year's quarter. So you see, we have more gross profit for this year's Q3 quarter, but gross margin is still lower. Means that no doubt the revenue built is higher proportionally to previous year, or you can say more number of products are sold causing higher revenue or sales, but cost on goods sold is higher for this year, which has ultimately reduced gross margin. For example, AMD has sold 10 pens of rupees 10 each, so sales for year 2021 is rupees 100. Suppose cost of one pen is rupees 7, so gross profit will be rupees 30. Now in this year 2022, it has sold 20 pens of rupees 10 each, so total sales is rupees 200, means higher revenue. Now this year cost of creating the same pen is rupees 8. So gross profit for this year will be rupees 40, which also says that gross profit increased. But since COGS has increased, that means the cost of creating the same product has increased, so gross margin for this year will be reduced, which ultimately defines that the company has booked lesser profit with reference to previous year as per revenue. Now we have reached up till gross margin, but this also does not clarify about company's profit because we have not included other expenses like administration cost, employee salary expenses, R&D investments expenses, amortization cost, depreciation cost, interest to be paid for loan taken, taxes, etc. So let's understand after gross margin, we have operating expenses which specifically includes administration costs, R&D investments, salary expenses, etc. So all of these expenses are called as operating expenses. Remember, this does not include amortization cost and depreciation cost. So when we subtract these operating expenses from gross profit, we get operating income. If it is positive, then it will be called as operating profit, and if it is negative, then it will be called as operating loss. So AMD has recorded operating loss of $64 million in this year's quarter Q3. But if we watch previous year's same quarter Q3 results, there was an operating profit of approximate $1 billion. Means after subtracting all operating expenses and raw material costs, AMD left with $1 billion. But here remember, AMD has not paid taxes, depreciation cost, amortization cost, etc. AMD declared that in this quarter, operating loss is recorded because of amortization of assets related to Xilinx acquisition and increased investments for R&D. Let us first understand the word amortization. It is just like depreciation. We have two kinds of assets. One is tangible, which can be physically touched, like building, cars, machinery, etc. Another is intangible assets like copyrights, IPs, patents. So both of these assets get degraded in their values with the passing time. This decrease in value is called as depreciation for tangible assets and amortization for intangible assets. So coming back to the operating income, it is 107% down from previous year's quarter, which we just have discussed. Now if we divide operating income with respect to revenue, we get operating margin. Operating margin should be higher because it shows your profit after major internal expenses with respect to revenue. If we see this quarter's operating margin, it was minus 1%. Reason is same, that is due to higher operating expenses. This negative sign shows that the company has recorded an overall loss for this quarter. Means जितना पैसा लगाया वो भी वसूल नहीं हुआ. Now the last and final term which tells us the final profit, it is called as net profit. Net profit for this quarter Q3 is $66 million, which is 93% down from previous year's quarter Q3, which was approximate $1 billion. Now you will say that AMD recorded operating loss of $64 million, then how net profit is $66 million? I mean, how it can be positive? See, firstly, net profit is calculated by subtracting the taxes paid to the government and interest on loans from the operating income. So interests paid were $31 million, which gives total loss of $64 million plus $31 million is equal to $95 million. But each year company reserves some amount in advance to be paid in taxes, and that amount is called as income tax provisions. So this income tax provision was left with good amount this year, that is $135 million even after paying taxes. Therefore net profit becomes $135 million minus $95 million is equal to $40 million. And there was $26 million income from other sources, which total accounts to $66 million of net profit. So from these quarterly results, we have concluded that the key revenue of AMD for Q3 2022 is $5.4 billion. Gross profit is $2.4 billion. Operating income is minus $64 million, means this is operating loss. But income tax benefit of $135 million has helped AMD to keep a positive net profit of $66 million. This shows that the operating expenses COGS are too much for AMD for this quarter. So to get these reduced, they might increase the selling price of goods or their products. To reduce further operating expenses, they might use popular agenda of layoff. So this might significantly reduce their expenses. After all, it's a business of someone, so it will do every hit and trial to get high profit and reduced expenses. So I hope you have liked this video and you have gained knowledge about the financials and how to read financials of a company. And as you already know, India is growing in the semiconductors, so it is really important for us to understand the financials of the semiconductor companies, because with this only we can check whether a company is growing or not growing and whether it is getting their profits or not. Because increase in revenue does not necessarily mean that it is getting profits. So we have to learn about all these financial terms to get the better understanding of the company, and it can also help us to learn how a stock flows in the stock market and when it goes higher and when it goes lower. So thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you.